Hello and welcome. This is Michelle with Paper Stamp Ink. Thanks for stopping by my channel today, where you'll receive tips, techniques, and tutorials to inspire you in your own paper crafting projects. So today I want to share with you a quick and simple project with the So Happy Together stamp set, and because I appreciate all of my subscribers, I wanted to do something fun, and I'm going to give away a brand new set of the So Happy Together. So stay tuned to the end to figure out how you can get entered into that drawing. So let's go ahead and grab our paper, stamps, and ink and get started. So for paper, I have a piece of Whisper White thick. I've already cut that at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 for a top folding card. And I have cut our base piece here from the Gingham Gala paper. Now this is in the Occasions catalog, and there are 5 different colors, and as you'll see, there's large plaid on one side, or large gingham, I guess, and a small gingham on the other side. So fun, bright colors to use. So we're going to use some of those today and do a little bit of coloring on our paper. And let's go ahead and talk about our stamp set. Is the So Happy Together. This is one of the free items you can earn during Sale-A-Bration. So if you are not lucky enough to win today, you can earn this still for free with a $50 order. There's lots of other great free items out there with Sale-A-Bration, so make sure you hop on and check those out before they're gone. And then our inks. I am playing with some of our inks that are going to be retiring here in June. So these are our 1719 ink colors, 3 of them that I'm going to be using. There's actually a total of 5 colors. Let's go ahead and bring in those other 2. Also have the Tranquil Tide and the Fresh Fig. We're going to be using Berry Burst Powder Pink and Lemon Lime Twist today. And any of these, if you're not familiar, Stampin' Up! Will rejuvenate their colors. So we always have 5 in colors each year that come in, and they're here for 2 years. And then when the next 5 come in, the ones that are 2 years old rotate out. So these ones are going to be disappearing. So if you enjoy those colors, make sure you stock up on the cardstock and ink refills while you can get those. We have a few other tools we're using as well. Colors, I am using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink for my stamping. And I did bring in some Granny Apple Green just to get a little bit darker color there. Now for my coloring, I'm using my ink pads and blender pens. So if you're not familiar with these blender pens are a great way to stretch the use of your ink pads. And I'll show you some quick and easy coloring with those. So these are reusable. You don't have to have one for each color. You get a set of 3. They're a wonderful investment. If you aren't able to get all of the blends and the markers at this point, pick up a set of these blender pens, and you're going to be able to use all of your ink pads as a coloring tool as well. And then I have some of our Gingham Gala sequins that we're going to use for these flowers. They come with flowers and regular sequin shapes. You get 5 different colors in there. One of them, the colors being a clear iridescent. I don't know if you can pick up all those colors that kind of shine in there as you look at them from different directions. I love that look. And then the other thing I'm using is a black Stampin' Right marker. And then a couple of tools, the classic label punch and our 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch circle punches. Now, I'm a huge believer in punches, and I think if you're always kind of trying to decide what do you want to add on to your next order, look at your punches, see what you can add, because they're quick and simple, and you can get so much added to a card just by using the punches. So let's go ahead and come in here and let's get to stamping. I'm going to use this little frog here, and I have not stuck this down yet because I just want to use it kind of as a guide. And so I know that's lined up with the bottom of my page. And oh, how I did this, I just took and just freehanded with scissors a little bit of a curve in there for a hill. And that piece is 4 1/4 inches wide, so that it goes all the way across our card. So let me bring that back in here, so I've lost my spot. I don't know if you just heard my cat Sid. He's thinking he needs to get involved, have his 2 cents in on this video as well. we got that one, and we're gonna do, I like this little frog with the glasses. He just makes me smile. So cute. All right. So I'm gonna bring him in and just want him just a little bit down there. All right. Let's go ahead and stamp our pieces on some scrap Whisper White that I have as well for our sentiments. And I've got this Hoppy for You. And put that down here. And a little Hey. And we're going to use the classic banner punch. And now you'll notice this is quite a bit longer than what I used for my sample card. And so I'm just going to line this up here, punch that out, and you can always shorten your banners. So we're going to slide this back in and shorten that up so that it fits between our little froggy's hands. And I think we've got a good size there. Set those off to the side and come in with my snips, and I'm going to have to cut up in here to get access to that scrap piece of paper. And I'm going to bring my 1/2 inch punch in here. Let's see. And punch that out. And I need a scrap piece of that gingham gala paper. I've got a scrap piece over in my pile here. I'm going to come in with the 3/4 inch punch. I just think this was so cute, this little guy. And perfect for this tiny hay sentiment. Before I lose those, I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy onto that matting paper. I'm afraid that little tiny piece is going to disappear on my desk here. And we still have our dragonfly to stamp. So one more image to stamp in, and then we can get to coloring. And I'm going to put him in a little bit of an angle, like he's flying off up into the sky. And now let's grab out our blender pins. So I'm going to bring this scrap piece of paper back in here. And with the blender pins, like I said, you get 3 of them in a pack. And they are dual-sided. Now I always go ahead and wipe them off on my plain paper first, just to make sure there's not any residual color left from a previous stamp set. And I'm just going to, now if you had your ink refills, you could put a dot of those onto a block, but I find it just easy. I just take one of my acrylic blocks and tap it onto my stamp pads to pick up that color. You don't want to put these blender pens straight onto your ink pads because they'll be pulling up the color from there. So I'm just going to come in and do some very quick and simple coloring. If you're doing a lot of coloring with this pack, you do get 3 pins, and both sides are the same type of nib, so there's no difference. So you really could realistically have 6 colors going at once with this set. But they're so easy to clear off too. So I tend to just use one and get all of that color and then swap out. I'm not a big colorer. I know some of you probably do a lot more coloring than I do. I'm into quick and simple coloring, and we're not going to worry about doing a whole lot of shading or blending because these images are pretty small here. So I'm using the Lemon Lime Twist from the Retiring Colors, and then we're going to bring in some of that Berry Burst. And I am going to bring in a little bit of that Granny Apple green for the darker spots on this frog. Almost done with this color. I'm going to put a little bit while I have this out. Let me just smooth over these colors, and they will start to blend in and fade into each other too. So I'm going to color the outer part of this. I think he's a dragonfly. It's my guess. I don't know. Maybe he's supposed to be a butterfly, but it's a little funny looking. I'm thinking a dragonfly is what that's supposed to be. So we've got all that color done. I'm going to bring in my wipe. I'm going to go ahead and just color this off, and as you'll see, that's now running clear, so I'm ready to pick up my next color. Let's come on in with some Granny Apple Green. I just need a little bit of that to do these spots in a little bit darker color. And that's all we're doing for that. Wipe that down, and let's grab the Berry Burst. And you know, I think I'm just going to use the Berry Burst. On the other card I put down some of that powder pink first, and then on the bellies of the frogs, but it was a little too light, so I think I'm just going to stick with the Berry Burst for all of them. And make sure that's all cleared off. And I like that nice bright fun color there. So this has been the Berry Burst and the Lemon Lime Twist have been a couple of my favorite colors. So I'm going to miss those when they go away, but I am going to stock up on some of those supplies before they disappear in June. On his belly. And then we're going to color in. There we go. And we are almost done. Oh, I did. Let me get a little bit of that Lemon Lime Twist and come in here and get the body. I don't want to go with a really dark color because I'm afraid it might cover up all the details in that stamp and the lines. Okay, let's come on in, and like I said, there's two different sides. We could use the smaller gingham or the larger. I kind of like the larger for this purpose. And my glue of choice, as always, is the Tombow Mono Multi. It's very economical. You're going to get a lot of cards out of that. And so I highly recommend it. And I love that it gives you time to wiggle your paper around a little bit. Put our Hoppy for You. We're going to put our hay up here in the corner. And the last thing that I want to do is just draw in those little lines for the trail. And now our Stampin' Write markers do have a brush tip and a fine tip nib. And I'm going to use the fine tip for this. And I'm just doing some little dashes. Nothing too precise on there. You can follow your own pattern however you want it to look, but go off the side. So it looks like he's just flying through in there. And the last finishing touch, actually I almost forgot these, is the sequins, and I'm using our Take Your Pick tool. It's great for picking these up off of the paper. And you know what? I don't want to use that green. I want to use the yellow so it doesn't fade in quite so much. It'll pop off a little bit more from there. And when I'm adding my embellishments, I do always like to work in groups of 5. Or odds, sorry, groups of 3s and 5s. Always in an odd number. So there's our card. Quick, simple. Love these so happy together. stamps. He's just cute. We didn't use this one today, but got this great little guy riding on a unicycle. You can put these little flies up there like he's juggling. All sorts of fun stuff you can do with this stamp set. And they just make you grin. So how can you get this stamp set for free? Well, of course, if you order $50 or more from my online store, you can pick this as one of your free items. But I'm giving one away today. And to be entered in that drawing, you do have to be in the US for shipping purposes. And you do have to be a subscriber on my channel. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Tap the bell so you get notifications of future videos. And comment below. And I need you to comment below with what your favorite Sale-A-Bration item is, or occasions catalog. So take a look at those. Let me know what's one of your favorite new products that are coming out from Stampin' Up. Hope you have a great day. Do something creative and share it with someone you love. I will be doing the drawing on Monday. Let's see, what day is the first? The 4th. Monday, March 4th in the evening. So tune back in to see if you're a winner. Thanks for stopping by.